All right, gentlemen, let's get to some cheering news from Katsina State. Bandits have released 21 children abducted from a farm in Faskari local government area of the state. The teenagers, who were aged 16 to 21, were kidnapped on the farm by heavily armed bandits on motorcycles. Spokesman of the Banditry State Police Command, Gambo Isha, announced their release in a statement, but did not state whether ransom was paid or not. Good news.
Yeah, good news. Good news. Good news, bad news. Good news, bad news in the sense that for as long as kidnapping still takes place, we will only rejoice for a while when things like this happen. It's a sign that, like we just said here, things that ought to be done are yet to be done. We hear instances where bandit leaders hold wedding ceremonies. They are so relaxed that they can have time for socializing. And then we hear instances when bandit leaders come and hold meetings with village heads and community heads. They hold meetings. These are slaps on what we are as a nation. While we are happy that these ones are safe, these young ones are safe because they were kidnapped to no fault of theirs. They could have been killed for no fault of theirs. We are happy that they have been released. While we rejoice at that, the government, both at the state level and the federal level, should know that what is essential is for us to ensure there is no repetition. And how do we do this? It's simply by wiping out the criminal elements. The truth, like he said, is that there is no dense forest up north. So when we talk about forest, thick forest, places where the military cannot go, I am left to imagine. Because that's the savannah. So if our army cannot go there and do the needful, what will happen if a war breaks out somewhere in Cross River on the border of Nigeria and Cameroon, where we have forests, or in the Niger Delta? So we have the swamp. We should understand that the world is laughing at us when we make excuses that begs for reason. The Katsina issue is getting out of hand. Kaduna is becoming something impossible. Niger State, and Niger, the problem with Niger is that this is a state with so much vast land. So, except you nail these people as soon as possible, they are spreading. And that's why Niger is in the news always. Because when it happens in Zamfara and they are escaping, they will pass through Niger. They can decide to use the opportunity to carry out more kidnapping. If they go to Kaduna and they are done there and they want to move, they will pass through another somewhere which is still Niger. So Niger is wide, and it is not the kind of place you allow criminals to fester. When you do, they will build new nests, and the nexus between what is happening in the northeast and the northwest will keep expanding. So much so that when we are done dealing with banditry and kidnapping in northwest, all they need to do is go back to northeast and resume as insurgents. And it will be a ding-dong affair until we actually do what we ought to do to end this.
All right, Adewale, these children were released just a week after the abduction and after an outcry by UNICEF. Is there a correlation?
Well, I believe the intervention of UNICEF, of course, should tell the government that they need to, the international community is watching. Alarmed. These children are between the ages of 15 to 17. And we understand 17 of them are girls, while 4 are boys. But apart from that, there are other 19 adults that are also taken with them. So we don't know whether they have been released. And this is happening in Katsina State, you know, the home state of the president. And I think it's an embarrassment. And I want to add that in as much as we are so angry, you know, everybody is so angry about terrorism and all that, we also need to, in our sober moments, the root cause of how do we get to this level. Because the people involved in this are between the ages of 15, 16, 17. These things are happening at a time that Nigerians have been pushed to the wall in terms of economic survival, in terms of the desperation to live in the face of corruption and opulence of our leaders. So when people don't have anything to eat, there is no hope for them. They will be forced to take the most extreme of actions. What is happening in Nigeria is strange. People, suicide bombing, you can never imagine this 30 years ago. You know, that people go and plant bomb on themselves and then bomb themselves. You know, and this, you know, we say Kaduna used to be very, very peaceful, very quiet. Katsina State, loving people, caring people. Yeah. But now, you know, like Fela said, the beast is being brought out of us. So in as much as we want to buy the best military weapons and all that, we must also address the issue of inequality, the issue of poverty. When people know that they don't have anything to eat, they will ensure they survive outside the law that are made for them. So when we are talking about military equipment, intelligence, we must look for an economic roadmap to deal with the problem of class inequality in Nigeria.
All right, so while reading this report, I also got to know that motorcycles have been banned in Katsina State. Yeah. Wondering, how then did these bandits get to there?
It boils down to what we are talking about, our inability to police space. If you ban motorcycles in Katsina, the policemen who are supposed to ensure the ban will be more concerned about ensuring that Achaba, that's what they are called in Katsina, Achaba motorcycle riders do not operate in Katsina. And when they do, they arrest them and collect some money from them. How do we stop those using them in the bushes? How do we stop those using them on the farms to kidnap people? It is not enough to just make policy statements. We must be ready to go all out, all the way, to ensure that even here in Lagos, where you have motorcycles banned, some people still use them to operate. Even on main roads, driving down here, I still saw 1 or 2 motorbikes. Is that they have a way of bribing police, or they have a way of escaping being caught? So the same thing, it is not enough to just ban motorcycles. Even if they have gone there to the farm in Mairuwa on foot, armed, they can match those people and they walk. We've had of people kidnapped and they walk for 4 or 5 hours into the bush without help. So you discover that help is far away from those people. Even if they had not used motorcycles, they would still have successfully kidnapped those people and get away with them.
All right, I'm going to stay on you a bit, but then let's quickly take Oladoyin from Kaduna. Good afternoon, Oladoyin. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm with you.
All right, please go ahead with your contribution. Can you hear us?
Good afternoon. This is Oladoyin from Kaduna.
All right, please go ahead.
Oladoyin from Kaduna.
All right.
To say that security, most especially in Kaduna, we have a clergyman. Okay. Okay. I say we have a clergyman that used to go to the den of these kidnappers. You know, they are in and out. So, and our military with their artillery, they cannot go. And this clergyman do go there freely. And he took picture with them, with their weapon hang on their neck, together with the clergyman. So I want to say that if this clergyman can go there, if the clergyman cannot be arrested, why can't the government use him as an intelligence so as to reach out to these people and so that whatever be the thing that the government will do, so that we can get these people, so that we have our peace. Because you know where they are, inside the bush, and this clergyman go there freely.
Thank you very much, Oladoyin. Thank you for now. Adewale has mentioned some of the root causes, but now as we speak, the coalition of civil society organization in Katsina State continues to say no one is safe. Now, talking about the state government, what else can the state government do to ensure safety of its citizens?
Yeah, the situation in Katsina, just like anywhere in Nigeria, these are products of frustration, economic difficulties, and all that. On the side of, on the two divides, the criminals and their victims. However, I have always opposed any idea of an exchange with the criminals. I tell you, if you ask them to drop arms, that Katsina State has done severally. Bring your arms, we'll settle you, we'll pay you, we'll rehabilitate you, we'll do this. What has been the outcome of that? You just discover that people drop arms as insurgents and take up arms as bandits. And tomorrow they call them, come and drop arms. They drop arms as bandits and take arms as kidnappers. So these are unrepentant criminals. They are not, you see, if they have philosophical reasons for fighting this war, or they have ideological reasons, we can begin to discuss with them. I ask you, what could be the ideology of a kidnapper in Katsina, Kaduna, Niger Bush? Absolutely nothing, other than the fact that he will tell you the economy is bad, I am hungry, and we have to do. I listened to one of them saying that, and I ask, is he or are they the only people hungry in this country? Should all of us who are hungry take up arms? What will become of the state? So while we should appreciate any peace effort by the government, we should be wary of empowering criminals. We have seen situations where people are given money and empowered only to use the same money. Somebody recently, sometimes ago, an ex-bandit, to put it that way, who was so empowered by a governor in the same Northeast that he made him an SA, special assistant, was still caught in banditry, even while in office as an SA to a governor. That's to show you how unrepentant these characters can be. In that situation, I think what we should do is to ensure that more attention is given to security, more efforts. Governments and governors and the presidency and whatever should ensure that our resources are tailored towards securing our lives and properties. It's essential.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. There is commotion and tension in the economy